Now, I know a lot of you guys have known that I've been on Ableton for the past couple weeks, and you guys are saying that it's one of the best places to go to with using loops and using audio. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, do not sleep on Studio One. I'm going to show you guys right now. Bolo! All right, before we get started, make sure you guys go ahead and get my drum kits. Link is in the description. They are very cheap and they are very good. So if you guys need some good quality drums, go ahead and click that link in the description right now. Also, if you guys need to get some equipment, make sure you guys go to sounds.com. They have a whole bunch of stuff on the site that you can get today that requires no credit or background check. Now, it's not everything on the site, but it's a good quantity of stuff on the site that you can get right now with no credit or background check. All you guys are going to need is a debit or credit card so you can make payments on it. And that's pretty much it. So if you guys need some equipment, whether it's microphones, whether it's audio interfaces, keyboards, MIDI controllers, whatever, go ahead and click that link in the description right now and go to sounds.com. Now, I know a lot of you guys actually have equipment and you need to keep your equipment protected. And the best place to go to keep your equipment protected is Analog Cases. Analog Cases is the only place where you need to go to protect your gear. They'll protect your audio interfaces, they'll protect your microphones, they'll protect your MIDI keyboards, and everything else. So if you guys need some cases to protect your gear and to keep your gear safe, click that link in the description and go ahead and see my people over at Analog Cases, and you'll save some money by clicking that link below. All right, so I'm not gonna lie, I have been on Ableton the past couple weeks, and it's been pretty cool, I ain't gonna lie. However, I am not giving up on Studio One when it comes to using audio and using loops and stuff like that. Even though I know a lot of you guys are like, nah, I'm not really into loops and stuff like that. Well, I am. I like to use loops, especially days when I can't really come up with stuff. I like to use loops to kind of get my creative juices going. And then after that, I'll pretty much kind of like make my own melodies and stuff like that. But some days I need a little help. And to be honest with you, Studio One does a great job with working with audio alongside with like Ableton and stuff. But today we're going to be talking about Studio One and showing you guys how good it is with using audio. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull up Splice, and I'm going to drop a loop in from Splice. And I'm probably going to use one of my drum kits and make a pretty simple and quick beat just to show you guys how cool it is to use audio and loops on Studio One. So let's go ahead and I guess make a quick beat using some loops and my drum kit. I think I'm gonna use my newest drum kit, and we're gonna make a beat with that on Studio One. So let's get to it. All right, so we're in Studio One right now, and instead of me using a splice loop, I'm actually going to be using a loop from my guy T9C, one of the best loop makers on the market, and he has some dope stuff. Make sure you guys check him out on IG. It's T9C. He has this loop right here. I'm going to go ahead and just swing this in right here. So he has it in D minor and everything, and pretty much he has the whole loop, and he has everything right here where you can go ahead and like, you know, track it out and everything like that too. So that's actually very dope. I'm actually gonna be using my 2023 drum kit. So if you guys do not have my drum kit, you might want to check that out. So the good thing about Studio One is we can just drag the loop in, and as you guys can see, the loop is in here, and we know it's at 140 BPM, and our BPM right now is at 130. All you have to do in here is go right here to tempo and just go to time stretch right here. So you just go to time stretch, and automatically it detected the tempo, and now everything is lined up perfectly inside of that. So if we play this loop right now, it sounds a little off because when you send out loops in MP3 format, it'll kind of give you like this little piece right here, but we can just go ahead and pull that back right there. And then now everything should be right on point. So we play that. And it sounds good. Now, if we wanted to go in here, now we can go ahead in Studio One, and it makes it so easy in here. We can just take these right here. We can take these pieces, and then we can just drag these all the way over. And we know since everything is on point, we can just drag these pieces of the loops and then we could just keep dragging them over like that, and then we can just keep adding them, and that way we'll have all of our parts inside of the loop. Very simple, very easy. Now, as you guys can see that when I drag those, they're not linked up the same way. All you simply have to do is just hold shift and then go right here to tempo follow and just go to time stretch, and automatically does it just like that. No issues with that at all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut all these up, and I'm gonna put these in their own individual tracks, and then we're gonna add some drums to it, and I'm gonna show you guys how easy it is to time stretch this stuff. Now we got all the stuff on the tracks. Now there is another way that we can do this. You can actually set this up in the beginning of your session, so if you do want to route certain sounds and audio in, it'll automatically detect the pitch. But I like to do it this way so I can just kind of see it, and then that way I can determine if I want to keep the pitch at the same or if I want to slow it down. And, you know, I'm just somebody who's just kind of stuck in his ways either way when it comes to working with this program. But there is another way where you can just set it at the beginning of your session, and then automatically be pre-saved to where you route the tracks and stuff in here, they'll automatically time stretch it for you. So it's actually very dope how they do that, but this is just my way of doing it. Oh, that's going to be nice. That's going to be real nice. So let's go ahead and take out those parts right there. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add my drums to it. So I'm going to be using my new 2023 drum kit. And we're going to start off with some claps. So let's go ahead and go with some claps. Let's see what we got in here. I'm gonna stick with that one right there. All right, so now we have a clap in here, but first let's go ahead and turn down the samples so we can go ahead and have a nice little balance. All right, so we got everything turned down. We're gonna go ahead and add a clap to this little chorus part, and I'm actually gonna speed this back up. I'm probably gonna do 135 right there. I think that'll be cool. All right, so now that we got that clap part in there, I'm gonna go ahead and add some hi-hats, and today I'm gonna be very lazy and just add in some MIDI hi-hats so it won't be taking forever. So let's go and add those in there right now. Nice. Let's go ahead and add some open hats in here real quick. Sounds pretty cool. Let's go ahead and duplicate that right there real quick. And then we might add one more little open hat in here. Let's see what we got. Let's go ahead and add that one in there. All right, that sounds real good. Now let's go ahead and add in a bass. Let's see if we can find a good one. I think that one might be the one. Yeah. I think this is going to be the best 808 for the track, but if not, the good thing about Studio One is you can just scroll through all your 808s, so you can just scroll through them like that if you want to. But I think this one might work. Let's go ahead and turn this on mono, and let's see what we can do. All right, so we got a quick little bass line in here. I might add more to it later on, but this is what we got so far. But you know what? I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to force the legato on here. They have it on all the programs, and they do have it on Studio One as well. Very easy. All you have to do is highlight everything, click on this, go to length, and then just go right here to legato. It's already selected. Press that, and then you're done. That easy. Has anybody showed you guys that yet? All right, so we got that in there. We can possibly add some more stuff in there, but I'm just really trying to show you guys how easy it is to use samples and loops inside of Studio One and for it to just be locked in and everything with the time stretch, and it sounds really good. So let's go ahead and just add the drum parts to the rest of the track, and then I'm gonna show you guys how good this program works with samples and audio. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna push this thing all the way up to like 185. Let's see how that sounds right now coming into the verse. That don't sound too bad now. That don't sound too bad. Now, let's go ahead and go all the way down. Let's do like 90. Let's do 85. And let's see how it sounds coming into the verse. Come on now. Come on now. That's a huge swing right there. And for it to handle it that good, that's incredible. No quality loss either way. That's why I like Studio One. And if you guys want to hear this beat in its entirety, I'm going to post it on my other page, my Bolo MP3 page. Link is in the description. That way you'll be able to hear the whole beat all the way through. But Studio One is dope. All right, there it is. You guys just seen it. Studio One. It's very good with using audio, very easy, very quick. And if you guys don't have Studio One, make sure you guys go ahead and click that link in the description and go ahead and either get you the subscription or just go ahead and outright buy Studio One. It's actually a very dope program. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something from it. And like I always say, peace out.